We all forgot. Just a few people said they couldn't make it tonight and wanted us to record, so we hope that's okay with you all. I'm Jane, I'm a team leader. Claire's another team leader, and we join our teams together of our advisors, and doing events like this is just amazing because we can cover so much more with a team of advisors, and hopefully it's easy for you to jump in from the comfort of your sofa. So it's really, really nice to see everybody. All of our advisors will introduce themselves to you when we get there, but we've got Rithio who's doing all the tech for us, thank God. We've got Sarah who's going to make some Mary Rose sauce. We've got Carolyn who's going to do a broccoli and red pepper salad. We've got Natalie who's got the pleasure of the pina colada tonight, and she's on her own, so it could be quite interesting at the end when she's drunk all six.
We've tried it 3 times.
Yeah, she's done a few trial runs maybe.
Yeah.
We've got Tessa in Staffordshire. We've got Claudia who's going to make some guacamole, and we've got Kilna who's going to make some dairy-free mango ice cream. Have I forgotten anybody from an advisor?
Just you and me, Jane, probably. Oh, yeah.
So I've told you what we're gonna make. They're all quick and easy recipes, but hopefully show you how versatile the Thermomix is. And even what we do tonight is a tip of the iceberg. So the idea is that you're not going to leave here knowing everything about Thermomix, but hopefully you'll pick up a few tips. And if you are brand new to Thermomix, then contact any one of us and we'll set up one-to-one demos, because that's when you really get the nitty-gritty and we can tailor make it for you. And that's what we love doing, is the demos. So we've got Claire, do you want to sort of talk about the details of prices increase and things like that, and then you get stuck into your chicken?
I could do that. I was more concerned with the fact that your kitchen looks really tidy, and I hadn't even looked at behind me, so I don't even know. My kitchen. I can't
turn my camera around.
Right. Yes. Right. So everybody, I think, or a lot of people who are on the call already, are probably well aware of the price increase. It's going up on. Oh, not now. I can see if my kitchen's tidy. Not too bad. Yeah, so the price is going up on the 5th of July. So those of you that are already owners and just waiting, well done. Those of you that are about to jump in, hopefully jump in before the 5th of July, because that's when it goes up. So until the 3rd of July, you've got 2 options, which are to either buy with a single credit card, debit card. You can pay with a single payment, and then you get a free extra bowl, which, as all advisors and customers now know, is essential, because once you start, you'll be addicted, like I can't tell you. So there's a single credit card, debit card option where you get the free second bowl, or there's the amazing 0% finance, 12, 24 and 36 months. And we've been told already that the 36-month option will not happen again this year. And on 0% for 36 months, I believe it's £33.91 a month, which is basically just over £1 a day, and you'll save more than £1 a day using your Thermomix anyway. And I've got that rogue eyebrow going on again. I hate looking at myself in the camera. Anyway, so the payment options, that's what they are. What else did you want me to talk about, Jane? We were doing 0%, we were doing single credit card, debit card, and most of the people on the call here, I think, have either bought and are waiting, or are just groupies, maybe. I don't know. Linda's a groupie, I know that. And now everyone's gone silent.
Oh, I think
with my chicken.
That's amazing. Just, yeah, get on with the chicken.
Right, well, I'm doing 2 things, obviously, but I'm doing 2 things really, really quickly. And so the first one that I'm doing, or that I've done already, so I'm just going to turn around. There, obviously, it's the summer and everyone likes cocktails, but sometimes there's a need for a mocktail, not a cocktail. And so I found this recipe for what's it called? It's called iced tea with a honey and mint syrup. So I've already pre-made it, but I was just going to take you through it. And I've pre-made it not because the Thermomix can't cope, but because there are stages within it that Thermomix just can't do, which is freeze ice. And so I've just done those bits for you. So basically, this was just a really quick recipe, which I thought would be really nice if you don't drink gin like me. So, as I say, it was as simple as just get some berries, top it up with water, make yourself some lovely ice cubes, which I've done, which is always good fun, and not to be confused with the chicken that I've marinated for the next recipe. So I've just marinated. In fact, I'm going to do it like this. Look.
Are those flavoured ice cubes? Ah, okay.
got mint in, they're heart shapes. I've got some puzzle pieces as well. So there's berries in there, there's mint in there. I do it anyway because obviously I do drink gin, as you can all see behind me. I've got lots of bottles up there. And this was just a good excuse to make more ice. But as I say, the Thermomix can't freeze ice. So that's why I did this ahead. But you just literally make the ice cubes and then step by step taking you through. And then the next thing was to make some green tea, which is literally using the Thermomix, using its kettle function, which for those of you who haven't got yours yet, if you can see my screen, one of the cooking modes that will be available to you, if you can see here, is the kettle mode. Now, using the kettle mode is much more energy efficient than using a kettle. So if you've already got a kettle, you can ditch that, you can sell it, you can do whatever. This should save you on average £25 a month just making your tea, let alone boiling your pasta and your rice and everything else.
And that's on electricity, hey Claire?
Pardon? Say that again.
Just on electricity alone.
Absolutely, just on electricity alone. So using the kettle mode, I did boil my water to make my green tea, which again, Thermomix could do wonderfully and saved me lots of money. But what it couldn't do was cool it down for me because I needed to wait for nature to cool down the boiling water. So I let that cool down. I added some more water and then I had green tea, cold. And then the last stage, so I've got my frozen ice cubes, I've got my iced tea, and then the last thing it needed me to do was make the syrup, which again was really easy. It was just some granulated sugar, add some honey, add some water, add some lemon juice, and then I also have some syrup, which is really good. When it comes to Christmas time, there's loads of recipes on Cookie Do for lots of little types of syrup. So all the things that you can buy when you go to Costa Coffee and all those places that cost a fortune, like coffee syrups and gingerbread syrups, really easy to make, really quick to make, and they last for ages. So I've got my syrup, I've got my tea, I've got my ice. I've also got some mint, which I'm going to do in a minute, and then I will pop that in a glass and show you. So that was one of the things I wanted to show you. But the actual recipe that I'm cooking, again, I wanted to pick a recipe that was really quick because everybody knows that I always talk too much. So I'm going to cancel that one and go to the actual recipe that I'm cooking, which was another one that was, I think it says 5 minutes, and I'm all the quick recipe. So this is one I've not done before. So this is ginger sesame oil chicken cubes. And I think it's on the Taste of Asia cooking experience as one that you can do it in 5 minutes. So I thought that sounded like one for me. So start cooking. All I've done is taken some chicken thighs and I've weighed them in on the top of the bowl and added to it light soy, dark soy, and some oyster sauce and a little bit of sugar. And then all that's done is that's been marinating. So nothing to do with Thermomix yet, that's just been marinating. And then
obviously you're weighed by Thermomix with the inbuilt.
Absolutely, yes, I forgot, weighed by Thermomix beautifully using my thermo server, which I love a lot, which is an additional accessory. It's not needed, it's not necessary, but it keeps your wine cool. And it also keeps hot food hot, cold food cold. You can even cook rice in it if you want to do the absorption method, or you can marinate your chicken. So yeah, I just on there and put the chicken in. Yes,
somebody's just asking you, are you tapping onto a keyboard on the Thermomix? Do you want to just talk through the touchscreen?
Oh yes, I did. Yeah, because it's
your hand is sort of covering a little bit, so tap and then you can.
Right, hang on. Let me just move the chicken. Right. Yes, so literally everything on the Thermomix with Cookie Do is guided cooking. So it's literally step by step. So if you can read and press a button, you can cook with the Thermomix. And proof of that, and hopefully he's not watching, is my father, who's 80 years old. He can read and he can press a button, job done. So it's, right, okay, so I can't do it left-handed. So at the moment it's telling me that the last stage was to add the sugar. Can you say, oh no, I am putting my hand across on this side. Right, to add the sugar, so this is to the marinade, which I've done and set aside. It literally tells you even the steps that aren't related to the cooking, like it will tell you things like turn your oven on, get a baking sheet out, get your baking mat out, things like that. So now what it's asking me for is to place some ginger. So hopefully now, if you are watching on 2 screens, you can see both the Thermomix screen, this one here with my lovely Thermomix nails, and the bowl. So now, because it's got the scales built in, so I'm just going to re-tear those because I took the lid off, and obviously that will affect the scales, which are accurate to 1 gram. And it's literally now telling me to Right, place the ginger in, which I already shredded in my Thermomix beforehand, because you don't need to see me shred. They can go straight in. Not forgetting, I always save anything that I would have thrown away, because this will go in my stock paste, but that's for another day. So I don't throw away anything. Potato peelings, carrot peelings, anything, all goes in my stock paste, even the ginger peel. So that's later. So I've put the ginger in, then it's asking for some sesame oil, which I have got somewhere. And I don't want to confuse it with
Rum.
no, I don't want to confuse it because they're quite similar colours. And much as the green tea syrup is lovely, I don't know that it would be nice in this dish. So I'm just going to move that out of the way. Right, so the sesame oil is going in, and hopefully you can see the scale. So they're back to 0. And so literally it's just going straight in, up to 30 grams. There we go. Oh, look at that. It's like I prepared. And then, and as I say, it literally tells you step by step. So all that's in there at the moment is the ginger and the sesame oil. Lid's going on. It's no need to put the lid on. And all it's going to do now is for 2 minutes, 30 seconds at a constant temperature of 120 degrees, which is the barometer temperature. It's going to gently stir it on the stirring speed. So I don't know if you can see, it's got here the little stir, the sort of reverse blade. Normally it's on the blade function, but when it goes on reverse blade, like when it's doing risottos, it's just going around in reverse, obviously, on the blunt side of the blade. So I'm going to do that and stop talking, because I think 2 minutes 30, it's handing over to, who are we going over to now? Natalie, I believe, to start her pina colada.
Yes, pina colada. Hi everyone, I'm Natalie. I've chosen pina colada because I think it's really summery, and whenever I go on holiday, I'll only have a few because they're quite naughty, but I can always gauge how nice the other cocktails are going to be if it's a good pina colada. That's how I see it. So we're going to start with hang on, let's go back. We're going to start with 500 grams of ice. So I'm just going to pop this ice in here. It's going to make a really loud noise, so I will put myself on mute. I've had my Thermomix for over a year and I use it every single day. And I think the best thing for me about having a Thermomix is you know exactly what you're putting in your body. Everything, you know, there's no preservatives, you can make all your own sauces.
The woman who's making pina coladas, you know, everything that's going in your body, and then basically pina coladas. That's all right, nobody's going to judge, Nat. No one's going to judge. You're fine. Keep going. Keep going.
Yes, but at least we know, because I'm not using cream, I'm using coconut milk. And you can have less sugar. I mean, I'm putting less sugar in there, so it's not so bad.
just wanted to put that out there, you know.
Right.
Okay.
Now I'm going to put 500 grams of fresh pineapple, which I cut earlier. You can obviously chop this in the Thermomix, but that's not what the recipe told me to do, so I just cut it myself, but you can. But also, I love the fact that everything is in one bowl, keeps your kitchen nice and tidy, and that you don't have to stir. It stirs for you, so you can tidy the kitchen as it's cooking for you. 100, right, so it says 100 to 150 grams of caster sugar, so I'm just going to put 100. Actually, I might put a bit less because I'm using, I'm not just using rum, I'm using Malibu, so it'll be a bit sweeter probably. So I'll probably put, yeah, I'll just put, I don't know how much I've put. How much have I put? 79. That'll do. Makes me feel better about myself. Then I'm going to put myself on mute because this is going to crush the ice for 2 minutes. So somebody else can speak while this is happening, and then I'll butt in.
I think are we going back to me then? Because I'm ready to pop my chicken in.
Yes,
yeah, do that.
Right. So now, oh, lovely one. Oh, I can see Suznell. Hello.
Hello.
You've just popped up on my full screen. Right,
Oh,
there we
bad
go.
luck.
Right. Right. I'm not sure if you can see that in there because I can't see what you can see. But that has now, without dropping my phone into the bowl, I've now sauteed that ginger and it smells amazing. Ginger is one of my favourite ingredients. And it's something that I didn't really use very much before having a Thermomix. But one of the things that I really love about it is that it cured my tennis elbow, which I do tell people all the time, and I didn't know that before. So if you just add ginger to Manuka honey, lemon, and oh God, water, can't remember, fourth ingredient. Anyway, pardon?
Turmeric?
No, it's definitely lemon, ginger, Manuka honey.
Garlic.
No, it's 4 ingredients, so it's just water, I think.
Boiling
There's
water.
4 ingredients for the immune booster, and my tennis elbow that was really bad now isn't, and I can do that because obviously that's essential in life. But anyway, just wanted to say that. So I love ginger. Right, so it's now sauteed that, and all it's asking me to do now is add the chicken, which took me like seconds to quickly chop up and add a few ingredients, which, as I say, was the oyster sauce, the soy, and the light and dark soy in another one of my lovely thermoservers. I have many. And then all it's asking for now is to put the measuring cup into the lid, which it always asks, or it always tells you, because nobody wants to start this going without the measuring cup in, then you might end up pebble dashing your ceiling. That's not good. Right, so for 6 minutes, this time again at Varoma speed on the reverse blade, it's going to now start cooking the chicken. And that's me done, I think. So handing back over now to Carolyn.
Back to Natalie, I think. Yeah. Natalie, is yours finished blending? If it's still blending, she probably can't hear us. Nat, is yours still blending?
No, just stopped.
Like we have a schedule. That's amazing. Back to you, Nat.
Okay, so next is 400 grams of coconut milk. So I presume that is, I didn't press tear, but hang on.
That's 400 grams, those tins.
You're so good, Nat. You don't even take your lid off. I'm so messy. I always take my lid off. You're very good.
No, I do. I didn't today. I always take my lid off because I like to see what's going on inside. Oh, it looks amazing. That looks good.
That's what
Okay. So next is 180 grams of Malibu.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
1.8 litres, did you say?
It might have been a little bit more, but you know.
All the recipes are flexible, everybody.
Yes. So you know, you don't have to add Malibu. You can just add pineapple juice, I suppose. But that would be odd. Right. So now I've just got 5 seconds of whizzing, mixing it together.
And with all these recipes, they're all preset. All the settings are preset, so you don't have to think. You just press next and keep going.
And it's even now telling me to put desiccated coconut in a plate, which I'm doing, and then wet the rim of the glass, which I'm doing.
Like you've done it before, Nat.
I haven't actually. This is very exciting. This is like magic. Oh, it's a bit like there's not enough on here.
Oh,
anyway,
no.
so you got a little, okay, just a pretty.
There's me with my iced tea. You go for it.
Oh, hang on, I just double clicked there, and then lightly dampen the and then add your pina colada to your glass.
Right, Karen's just asked a question in the chat saying, food-wise, what is the maximum capacity serving? Well, Karen, all I would say is that depends on each recipe that you do, but I can show you that with your filters when your Thermomix arrives, because it's different for every recipe. Obviously, the recipe Nat's doing is 1 large serving just for her, but some of the other recipes, you know, so the recipe that I'm doing at the moment for the chicken, I think that said for 5 portions. But you can narrow down the search on your filter. So instead of looking at 80,000 recipes, you can narrow that down at any point to say, well, I only want to look at recipes for 2 people, 4 people, 6 people, 8 people. So So it just depends on what you're cooking. So back to Matt. That looks
I'm
beautiful.
going to taste it. Tasting it. God, that took ages for you to say that. I was waiting for you to finish so that I could taste it. Oh my gosh, that would be the best holiday. It's amazing. It's really, really good. And actually, it doesn't feel really heavy because there's no cream in there and it's not too sweet. So happy days.
So it's as sweet as you are.
I'm sorry?
Sweet as you are, Nat.
Yes.
Go on holiday now. Amazing. Well done, Natalie. So Carolyn is going to jump in now with her red pepper salad. This is a brilliant one for the summer, and there are so many chopped salads like this. Brilliant for barbecues because the recipes do all the marinating and chopping. So cheers to Natalie with your pina colada. She's gone. And
no, I'm here. I'm giving my pina colada to my neighbour.
Don't adjust your.
I feel really jealous of that because a broccoli and pepper salad after a pina colada.
No, it's
it's not good, is it?
Yes, it is.
Well, hi everyone. I'm Carolyn. I was drawn to the Thermomix in March of last year, actually. I'd seen it on a friend's Facebook post and she said that she'd become a domestic goddess. And I thought, well, yeah, great, show me more. And in fact, it was coming up for my birthday and my husband never knows what to buy me. So even though, yes, it's an expensive product, that's how I got it, because it was an instant birthday present. So thanks, Mark, that's great. What I loved was the fact that it's a multifunctional item in one, just in one place. And over the last year, I've actually sold a lot of my other single appliances because I just don't need them anymore. And this I absolutely love. Cookery for me has been an absolute game changer, and I'm just going to start doing and I do take the lid off because I can't be bothered with that. So basically, Cookery has been a game changer for me. It's made me try different things. It's made me feel much more confident, and you do get stuck in a rut with your cooking. So for me, this week we've done things like Thai chicken balls with chili sauce, really nice. Sweet and sour pork, again, really nice, and not something that I actually would have done before. So for me, that has been a game changer. I'm also using less. Oh, I've just gone. Sorry, can you still see me?
Oh, you've disappeared, Carolyn.
Yeah, it's because somebody's trying to ring me. Am I back now?
You're back. You're back in the
great.
room.
I'm so popular. It's great, isn't it? The one time.
They've heard that
I'm
you were
using less
live on
plastic.
TV.
I've become much more sustainable. The only thing that can be irritating is that I stash every single jam jar that I've got, and friends give them to me as well because I fill them with things like lemon curd, etc. So what's not to love? We love this so much as well that we ended up buying one for 2 of our children. Now, I've got a feeling that the 3rd child is actually watching this today, and he lives in Colombia, but he's in New York at the moment. And that means I've got to carry on doing this to get one for him. So sorry, Jack, but yeah, there we go. So on to this.
Carolyn, he's watching,
isn't he? Yeah, that really threw me at the beginning, Jack. Thank you. Right, so I'm going to do my broccoli salad because this takes so little time. I've weighed everything out already. It's asking me in Cookery to put my broccoli florets in. So here we go. In they go. That's that. Then off we go to the next. Got the red pepper. I'm going to scroll through these, the apple and the pine nuts, because I've got all of those already done. Now, I couldn't put that through the lid, could I? So pine nut, in we go. And for this, if I've got any friends watching, if I offer to make one of these for like a barbecue or something, I'd normally pretend it had taken me ages, but unfortunately I can't say that, can I? Because you've seen me now. Then we've got 25 grams of olive oil. Just tear that. Hold on. So basically what you're going to end up, not only is it going to do the salad for you, it's putting a dressing on it as well, which is perfect. So, and I think I've got somebody else watching, Tim Wakeland, and this is his dinner tonight, along with a risotto that he's going to make for us. So that's perfect.
Is he on the demo as well? Is he cooking?
I think he is. Yeah, he is.
So as in, is he going to cook after you?
He is. No, not on the demo. Well, he might. Who knows?
Sign that man up.
Teaspoon of honey, a little bit of mustard. Hold on. There we go. So really easy. A little bit of salt. Again, you don't have to use salt if you don't want to, but I will just a little bit. And then ground pepper. I'm sorry, I'm not very good at measuring these things. I just throw it in, which is great. Then insert the cup here, and this is where you find that I'm a real person for cutting things down. I've got 7 seconds here of blending, so I've got to turn it to speed number 4. There we go.
So not even time to empty the dishwasher. Because usually that's one of the benefits of Thermomix, is it gives you the time to cook more but spend less time in the kitchen doing it, so you can be off doing all the other things like emptying the dishwasher, or I don't know, making the bed, doing the weeding. Carolyn's back. Oh, look at all that chopping you've just done.
So it's really, really lovely. So we've got that. And the other thing that has been really, really good, so if I show that, see, I'm off to a barbecue with that. It's really easy, but don't tell my friends. The other thing that has been really great is it's also given my husband a lot of confidence to actually cook things. He likes cooking, but usually tends to be me. And he's got into cooking cakes. He's got into cooking bread. And in fact, today, just to add, he did a seed and nut loaf, which is gluten-free. And if any of the advisors haven't done this, this is really, really easy, gluten-free, and it tastes fab. So that's worth doing. So that one's seed and nut bread. So I think that's everything from me. Or apart from when I was chopping my broccoli, I start saving things. Claire mentioned the vegetable stock paste. And I've just made a new batch, but all these bits that would normally go to waste, unless you've got a rabbit or a guinea pig, yeah, in the freezer to make the next batch. So I hope that's been okay. And I'm going to hand back to Claire with her chicken now. So thanks.
Don't you have to do the washing up though, Carolyn, now?
No, of course I don't, because I'm going to fill this, going to put it in here, set it to clean, and then I'm going to get Tim in about half an hour to start his risotto. So brilliant, thank you.
Right, well, mine will take about a second, which is probably good because I've always thought mine's finished. It was literally the 5 minutes cooking, and now I've decanted it, and it's all in this box. So I'm hoping you can see it. I'm not sure if you can see it on that one. So I'll just put it up there because it's still hot, and it's done. So that was a 5-minute chicken. Which smells absolutely amazing. So if you like things like soy and oyster sauce and things like that, so I'm going to have that with rice because it's keeping beautifully warm in here. I don't know if you can see the steam right there. So it's going to keep it beautifully warm, and I'm going to have that with some rice or maybe some noodles after this demonstration is finished. So I apologise that nobody else is going to get to enjoy it, but that was just one of the really quick recipes. And again, you can use your filters on your Cookery account so that you can narrow your options down by cooking time. So if you don't want to spend 45 minutes cooking and you only want to do really quick recipes, just change your filters and it will bring you up all these types of recipes, which is how I found this one. So now it's back over to prawn cocktail sauce, Sarah.
Yeah, over to Sarah. Sarah's going to do her Mary Rose sauce, which is incredible. How you can make mayonnaise and emulsify oils with your Thermomix. While we click over to Sarah, Rathia's just going to spotlight Sarah. We've got a gift to give away tonight. We've got there's a brand new cookbook from Thermomix, Feel Good Go Green, and it's an amazing cookbook. Okay. There we go. Thanks, Claire. All about
Okay.
All about how you can use your leftovers and everything. So we've got the cookbook, we've got a flask, or we've got 3-month cooking vouchers. So if you would like to enter the draw, quickly private message me, Jane, Jane's Kitchen. Private message me your email or a thumbs up if you've registered, and we'll have your email just so that we know to enter you into the draw, and we'll do the draw at the end. Over to you, Sarah.
Yes.
Hi everyone.
Can you hear Sarah?
Can you hear me?
Oh, we can hear you, we can see you. Looking very glamorous.
Okay, doing the traditional cocktail sauce. I'm feeling quite adventurous, and that's what I really like about the Thermomix, because I haven't made this before, so hopefully it won't let me down. But that is the fun thing, doing new recipes that you haven't tried. So I have started this already. I placed the jug on the mixing bowl lid to weigh in my grapeseed oil. I had a bit of a problem actually. I could not find any grapeseed oil anywhere. I could only find rapeseed oil. So I was Googling in Tesco's, what's the difference between rapeseed and grapeseed oil? And actually, I'm really not quite sure. So I've gone with the rapeseed. They said, Google said that grapeseed oil was made with grapes, but I don't actually believe that. I'm sure it must be a thing. So I have got, and I've lost it, rapeseed oil. And it's very lovely, very pure. So I've weighed that in, set my jug aside, and then I need to have 1 egg at room temperature in here. I did a course with Lindsay, and apparently you're not meant to crack your eggs on the side of your Thermomix because it can disrupt the scales, but she said it was okay. So yeah.
I would never do anything to upset my scales.
You're not a rule breaker, are you?
I'm not a rule breaker at all, no.
Claire, notice plastic spoons this time.
I'm more looking at your slider, Sarah. Looks lovely.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
It
1
is.
teaspoon of lemon juice, 2 teaspoons of Dijon mustard. Couldn't get Dijon. Tesco's were really hopeless today. Couldn't get Dijon mustard, so I got this French mustard. And colour, not really convinced about the colour, but it does smell delicious. So 2 teaspoons of this. Put plenty of that in. Whoops, oh, I wasn't going to say whoops. Hang on, just going to give that a quick swirl. Clean spoon. Bit of black pepper. Half a teaspoon of sea salt. Stuff all over the counter.
No pressure, Sarah, no pressure.
Sarah keeps us all real.
Just don't trip over the dog. Don't trip over the dog. You're live on top of the dog.
Sea salt. Okay, popping the measuring cup in. Like Carolyn, I have to take the lid off all the time because I am messy. We have seen this before. And then, now this is a really nice little thing that I hadn't seen until I previewed it earlier on. That there's a little video here that I won't click it now because you're going to see what I'm going to do, but it lets you see the next stage. And it shows you that. And it's because what you're going to do is you're going to drip in or pour in the oil while. So, oh, I should have practiced this first. Hang on. So I'm going to go to 4, follow the next step, and slowly dribbling the olive oil onto the mixing bowl lid. And this is to emulsify the oil and all the other ingredients, I hope.
I love the fact you have an assistant filming you.
I know. It's my lovely niece, Fiona, who is also a Thermomix owner.
Marvellous. And there was a question in the chat from Katie. We don't know yet is the answer about when the sliders will be available. As soon as we know, you'll know. We'll let you know.
Yeah, I'm jealous. I haven't got one. I remember making, well, actually, it was my sister-in-law making mayonnaise a few years ago, and it took her about 55 minutes. to whisk the oil in and emulsify it. So this is such a short.
Good timing.
And it's just always perfect. It just never splits.
We hope.
Just don't take the lid off, Sarah. No one will ever know.
That's my scraper gone. Where's the thing gone? Here we go. So a little bit of scraping. Oh yes. Oh, that's right. It was a funny colour. I was a little bit concerned about why it was such a yellowy colour. But I think that's the mustard. We haven't put our tomato ketchup in yet. Okay, so there's always lots of scraping going on. Now I'm going to pop in the butterfly whisk. So this comes with the Thermomix. I was a bit scared of it initially, and it just, do you want to show me? It just literally snaps on there on top of the blade. Bit of Worcester sauce.
Did you know you can make your own Worcester sauce in the Thermomix?
No, I don't know if everybody can do that.
I haven't done it yet, but
Has anybody done it? What about Tabasco? You can probably make Tabasco as well.
don't know. I hadn't looked at Tabasco. It's only because I had loads of plums on my plum tree last year and put plums in the cookie do search, and up came Worcestershire sauce. Who knew?
Right.
And it's quite good for gluten. There's a gluten-free option to make it as well.
Oh, really? Always learning. Every day's a school day.
So 35 grams.
Asking how to enter the draw.
Just to be honest, I've just gone through the list. If your name's here, I've entered you, so don't worry. If you're here, you've obviously registered. So I basically am just working out who's not an advisor and who is a guest, and so everyone's entered. So don't worry.
Lemon juice. Where's my finger? Okay, we're nearly done. Lemon juice, I think. This is final step. I hope it turns pink because it's a bit yellow at the moment. 3, and now we're whipping.
It'll just be unique, Sarah, because you've used a different mustard, that's all. It'll still be fine, still be edible, won't it?
It'll just be unique.
Yeah, and that's just the benefit, isn't it? That if you've got a different ingredient, if you follow the cookie dough recipe as it's laid out, it will turn out as the recipe developer planned it, but they are still completely editable.
So?
Well, I think I could do with the food colouring.
Oh, there we go.
Right, so I'm just taking out the whisk. Here, ready is my, this a little bit yellow. I think I blame the mustard. I blame Tesco's mustard.
But also, you know, sometimes when you buy things in supermarkets and they are brightly coloured, makes you think why they're so brightly coloured.
Yes.
So I'm just going to put a couple of little flowers on there. For prettiness.
It looks beautiful.
It does.
Can we do a taste?
Voila. Yes, go on. Let's taste the sauce. Go on, Fee. What's it like?
It's lovely.
Mm.
Yeah, really
Very
lovely.
delicious.
We need a
Yes.
taste cam.
Yeah.
We do.
There we go.
All done.
All done. Thank you.
Brilliant.
Oh, well done, Sarah. So we're going to go
Well
to Tessa. Going to go to Tessa now. He's going to do pesto. And I think actually pesto, when you talk about colours, it's amazing the brightness of the pesto that comes out. So there's Tessa.
Hello, everybody. Hi. So I've only had my Thermomix since December, and honestly, it's been an amazing game changer for me. I've got 3 small kids, and it's just given me back my time. And also, my husband does not cook at all, and even he can use it, which is the best thing about it.
I love the way you said that. Even he can use it.
Yeah, if he can do it, anybody can do it. So I'm going to do a pesto, which my kids love, and it's just one of those staple things that we've always got in the fridge. And it's just nice to know that we can choose what we put in it. We're always not, 100% certain what's in the jar that we buy from the shops. So this is great. And if you don't want to use Parmesan, you can use Pecorino for a bit more of an in-depth flavour. So let's start cooking. So I've got 80 grams of Parmesan, which also is just great for grating. If you've got a whole block of cheese and you need to grate some, Really quick and easy. This might make it really loud, this bit, so bear with me for a second, because it's going to break this for 15 seconds.
It is always quite loud with the Parmesan, things like nuts and Parmesan, but it's the hard products. But every time you grate a block of cheese, that's £1 saved. So when we talk about Claire saying, you know, it's just over £1 a month, if you do the 0% finance, you're going to use it more than once a day. And pretty much most times you use it, you'll be saving some money if you were to be somebody who bought grated cheese.
So that's grated it to a really fine crumb so quickly. And then I'm going to add 1 garlic clove. But if you don't like garlic, don't put it in. And 30 grams of pine nuts. I've actually put in 40 because I've had 40 and I like pine nuts. And 80 grams of fresh basil.
It's amazing if you do grow your own herbs, isn't it? Because then it's super cheap.
Really cheap.
It's really good for those of us that live in this area who can go foraging for the wild garlic.
Oh, the wild garlic pesto is delicious.
Yeah, absolutely. And not, you know, that I would say that I go foraging for wild garlic quite a lot, but I do because it's free, and there you go.
So I've just put in some olive oil and a pinch of salt. Lid back on, and then it's just going to mix that up.
Yes, Celine, you can. You can make fresh pasta dough in your Thermomix. Oh, yes, finished. Good to know. Haven't done that one. I tend to just do the wild garlic or the basil one, but good to know you can do spinach as well. What's that, Katie saying? The chicken and orzo recipe is always really well rated by customers. I haven't done that one. There's too many, 80,000 recipes. I haven't done them all yet.
Have you tried the red pesto?
Oh yeah, the red pesto is really good.
It's really good.
Look at that colour. Can you see that colour? And it's so delicious. And you just put it in a jar, keep it in the fridge. It'll keep for about a week. And it's super tasty.
Oh, well done, Tessa.
Brilliant.
So we're going to go to Claudia. Claudia's going to make guacamole. And you know, some things are easier to buy in a supermarket. Like I am guilty of buying mayonnaise and stuff because we probably don't use enough. But guacamole, I will never, ever, ever, ever buy in a supermarket again because it is just not worth it.
Exactly. And what is good about Thermomix, give you lots and lots of option. Like today, I choose this recipe as doesn't have any oil. I'm on a diet, so I'm not allowed to have any oil at the present moment. So I thought this is a good opportunity for me to look for different recipe. And this recipe, I never done it, which is the first time I'm going to do it. But because it doesn't have oil, it does suit my diet. So with over 80,000 recipe on cookie dough, of course, you can't get wrong. So let's begin. It's a very, very simple recipe. And let's say it does have some coriander, which I already have it. Onion.
It's not fiddly at all, Sue, to get the pesto out because you get a lovely spatula with your Thermomix. It's not easy at all, and there's only one blade as well. I don't want to talk over the audio, but it's literally, you know, you would just scrape it out with your. It's really easy, honestly.
Let's put coriander and onion, and this chopped in 3 seconds. Yeah, so all chopped in 3 seconds. Clean the side of the bowl. 1 fresh tomato. It does says deseeded, so I have done a little bit more than 1. And again, chopping time. Thermomix is very, very easy, chopping everything and taking a lot of time. Again, cleaning the sides. So look at this. Tomatoes. just amazing, especially now the season of the tomatoes, and it's just amazing. I can tell you, doing this recipe at home, I save at least £2.50, which I'm very pleased about it. Lemon juice, they asked me for lemon juice. And then avocados, which are quite ready to go. And sometimes what is good about Thermomix, if you have some ingredients, they will go off quickly and you need an inspiration, you can look on Cookie Dough, just typing the name, whatever, like avocado. I have lots of avocado. So that was my chance to use my avocado. I'm not going to waste anything. Another 3 seconds. And I'm done.
I've actually frozen guacamole before. It freezes quite nicely too.
Oh, does it?
Look
Yeah.
at this.
Does it? Okay.
You want a bit of smoother, you can go back and repeat this process. I think I would like a little bit smooth. So I will go back every time with Thermomix, give you the flexibility. You can be guided by it, but you can do whatever you want with Thermomix. So this is what I like about it, and it does change my life. My daughter the other day said I done some fish, steamed fish, and she said, "Mama, how come Thermomix make all this good food?" And I said, "Because it can." So look at this now.
Looks amazing.
So that will be my side meal for tomorrow.
Ah,
Oh, well done, Claudia. That's amazing. So I can see the clock ticking down with that big clock behind you. So we'll go to Kilner. Kilner's going to do a dairy-free mango ice cream. The amount of the recipes for ice cream and sorbets are vast, and there are some really, amazing ones where you heat up the milk and egg yolks and all the rest of it, and then there are some super quick ones which are perfect for the kids in the garden. So I think Thea's just finding Kilner. There she is. Over to you, Kilner.
Hi everyone. So yeah, this recipe is really easy. I got my Thermomix around December time, just like Tessa, and I bought it because I love cooking, but I like making a lot of my own ingredients. So and blending my own herbs and things like that. Grinding my own herbs, sorry. And the Thermomix is powerful enough to do all of that, so that's great. I am gonna, while I'm talking, I'll start making my dairy-free mango ice cream. I am vegan, so this is perfect for me. So it's asking for 70 grams of sugar. Again, if you've got kids or you're watching your sugar intake, my family are prone to diabetes, so you can alter how much you put in. Mangoes are quite sweet anyway, so you don't actually need to put so much in. And I'll show you how amazing the Thermomix is, because I never have to buy icing sugar, ever.
Which is really good if you make a lot of cakes, because it's just much cheaper, isn't it, to grind your own?
Yeah. Grinded caster sugar is half the price of granulated sugar, and you only ever need granulated sugar. So you can do grinding. Same with flours and stuff like that. So you can grind your own flours as well. The knife is really powerful.
Oh, so you can probably see. I don't know if you can see this.
We can see the clouds.
Yeah, the cloud. That's it. But it's literally blended it to or grinded it to a very fine powder. Icing sugar is really expensive. I don't know if you already just said that, but it's normally quite expensive, so this saves me quite a lot of money. And I use brown sugar a lot. This isn't brown sugar, but I normally do. And you don't get brown sugar like quite fine that often. Right, half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Put that in. So like a lot of the other ladies said, my husband wouldn't cook and couldn't cook, and since we've had the Thermomix, I get all sorts of lovely meals, which is amazing. 300 grams of frozen mango. I've frozen this mango myself. It's fresh mango, frozen. because I got given a whole box of them.
Oh,
In
wow.
our tradition, it's quite a nice gift to give. So we give them all the time.
I wonder if you could turn that into ice cream, because I know you can with bananas. If you just freeze bananas, you can literally just blend them and make banana ice cream. I wonder if you could do the same just with mango, freeze it and then just blend it. Not tried that. Might try that.
Yeah, I guess because bananas are more creamier,
Yeah.
like the consistency. I think with this, it would be more of a sorbet or creamy sorbet. Maybe.
Possibly, yeah.
Okay, so 150 grams of soy vanilla yogurt.
Yes, that is what Kilner said, because generally you can only buy white icing sugar, but obviously you would just grind brown sugar in the same way that you would grind white sugar, so it would in essence make brown icing sugar.
Yeah, exactly. And then with the spatula, you would just add that into the top, take your measuring cup out, and this is going to act as like a spoon mixing while it's actually whizzing it through as well. For 18 seconds.
That's the thing with all the recipes that we've picked today, they're all be quick. We've not picked any labour intensive ones, not that there are many labour intensive ones. They're all quick, and that's the thing with Thermomix. It's trying to you cook more but spend less time doing it, whether you're less time in the kitchen or just less time at your Thermomix.
I really hope this has worked with fresh mango. I've not made it before. But it looks like it has.
Oh, ye of little faith, Kilner. Of course it works.
I know, but you don't know, do you? So there it
And
is.
look at the colour. Again, look at the colour. It's brilliant.
It is. It's absolutely amazing. I'm just going to pour it into a glass so you can see it properly.
And I think
against a brand new kitchen, Kilner, it looks amazing.
Oh, thank you. Finally being able to cook this week. So there you go.
Yeah, how good is that? Nice.
Lovely.
Yeah.
well done.
Beautiful.
So I think it's really easy during, just to have bags of frozen fruit in your freezer ready to go, because there are so many recipes. And again, frozen fruit, I think is quite it's quite nice because you're buying fruit when it was best to buy it because it's been frozen. So, and frozen at the peak time. So I think I'm going to wrap it up now. I'm going to do hollandaise sauce. Hollandaise sauce is something that, oh my gosh, it's such a hassle if you don't have a Thermomix, but it's something that I really love, and it's great for dinner parties. I've also done sous vide asparagus, so I'll talk to you about the sous vide in a minute. And as I said at the beginning, we're literally, this is tip of the iceberg. There's so much more to know about the Thermomix, but hopefully if this has interested you, you can contact us and we can tell you more. So I'm just going to find and there are lots of recipes for hollandaise, so you find the one that works for you. I'm doing a quick and easy one. And so it says start cooking. So yeah, my camera's there. So 10 grams of water in your pot. Click on next. 10 to 20 grams of lemon juice. I quite like it lemony, so I've gone 20. 150 grams of butter. So I've just cut it into big chunks. Let the Thermomix do the rest. I wouldn't recommend tapping, but I think wiping it is fine. We've just got to protect the scales at the bottom. Click on next. I've got 4 egg yolks that I nearly forgot. Carlos had to run out and get some about 10 minutes ago. 4 egg yolks, 1 recipe, and I still 1 to 2 pinches of salt. Quite like a lot of salt. I'm a bit naughty. Click on next. 1 to 2 pinches of black pepper. Click on next. Insert your cup into the measuring bowl, or your measuring bowl into the lid, maybe. Measuring
cup into the lid.
Should have left me till last. Right, now it's preset to 80 degrees. So if you're making it over a hob, trying to get the right temperature is super hard. If you ever watch them on MasterChef, so many of them fail. And it's hilarious because you sit there going, I could do that. So it's 80 degrees, we're using the thickening mode. So instead of melting, drizzling things in, so I've just turned it on. It says approximately 10 minutes. And all it's going to do, I'll take the lid off and I'll show you, is melt the butter really gently. You've got the lemon juice in there. and you've got the egg yolks. So you're not going to get curdling, you're not going to get overheating because of the temperature setting is so precise. Whilst that's doing that, I will just quickly talk you through the sous vide. So you can vacuum pack it, but you can also just use a Ziploc bag, a good Ziploc bag with no BPA. And the benefit of sous videing is that you're cooking it in a water bath, but it's protected, it's in a vacuum packed bag. So, and you're cooking it at a precise temperature. So this was done for 15 minutes at 85 degrees. If you were to boil it, you're boiling all the goodness and a lot of the flavour out of it. You can use sous vide for all sorts, for eggs, for steaks. You can get away with cheaper cuts of meat because it really slowly cooks it and it breaks down the fibres. For vegetables, you're cooking it at the optimum temperature to maintain the nutrition, the bite, the colour. I think you can see it's quite really quite bright green, and it's not overcooked. It's got a clove of garlic in there, and it's got olive oil. Just seen somebody, all the professionals are using it, and I'm sure restaurants are using it to do their steaks, because then you quickly flash fry it. You're not worried about how well cooked the steak is, because you know it's perfectly cooked to the temperature that you've set it, whether it's medium, medium rare, or anything like that. To do the sous vide, what we have a blade cover, and this is a new thing that's come out. The blade cover is the only thing that's not included when you buy your Thermomix, but I would probably recommend you add it onto your order if you do it. It's only £32. But you can see how you've got your knife in there. You just stick your blade cover on top, and that means your knife can still turn around, so it's still rotating, but it's not chopping your plastic bag if that's in there. But also you would use your blade cover for slow cooking. You don't want the ingredient, whatever's in there, to break down, but it means it can still circulate all the liquid. But this one also doubles up. This is the latest one. It also doubles up as a peeler. So it only got released, I think, in November. It's got like little nodules on it, and so it can whiz around. You can peel your potatoes with it, your beetroot, but also your hard-boiled eggs. It's super handy.
Hello, Ruby.
Like, has it worked all day? Sorry about that. Can you use it with the TM5, the blade cover?
I don't know. Yeah, yes, because the blade's the same. The base is, I would say you can, but my TM5's now in the garage, so I would have to check that.
Yeah,
the old blade cover you could, so I would see no reason why the new one wouldn't fit on, because the knife is the same, isn't it? It's only the element that fits into the machine that's different. So
we'd have to double check that, but I would think so. There we go, Millie. TM5 and TM6 can both be used with both blade covers. Thank you.
Yeah.
So that is the end of our sort of recipes. That's going to finish up in there. It's saying approximately 7 minutes. I can post a picture on the Facebook page afterwards. What we really want you to know is, Claire mentioned it at the beginning, but the price is increasing on the 5th of July. And that the offer at the moment is if you buy a TM6 in one payment, you get a free second mixing bowl. These are £169 retail. This is the best offer we've ever had. So if it's something you're thinking about, talk to your advisor and have a think about it. It's a 4 to 6 week lead time, and by purchasing it now, it just gets you on the list. If you wanted to do the 0% finance, I'm just repeating what Claire said, but just for the benefit, we've got 0% on 1, 2 and 3 years. The 3 year is very rare, and we're told it's not happening again this year. And if you do the finance, you can get a second bowl for 50%. The second bowl, it's not essential, but it's really nice. It's really nice to have the second bowl. You can use, it's whizzing. You can use it if you've got allergies in the house, if you're doing batch cooking. If you get stuck halfway through a recipe, if you get to the end of your bolognese and you're like, oh, I haven't grated any cheese, quickly whiz out the second bowl. It's not hot, it's not wet, and you can grate some cheese. So I think that's probably us. I'm going to do the lucky draw. I've put your name in. So I'm going to draw it now. You just have to trust me.
If people hadn't realised, with all the manual cooking modes, sous vide is one of those cooking modes. So not only do you get cookie dough, oh, Dawn Imms, has she won?
Yes.
Or are you still doing it? Hooray! I'm not sure if Dawn's on the call.
She was earlier.
What?
She's there. So Dawn will get in contact with you, and you can choose either the book, the flask, or the cookie dough voucher.
Perfect. Happy days. Yeah, sorry, all I was just saying was in addition to cookie dough and the 80,000 recipes, all the manual cooking modes, which I'm not sure if you can see on my screen, including sous vide, which is what Jane was talking about, in case you hadn't realised that you could actually sous vide with your Thermomix as well. So not only can you use the guided cooking, you've got all these manual modes where you can ferment your own yogurt, you can slow cook, you can cook rice, you can peel vegetables, thicken, which is the one that Jane's using at the moment, which is what all the professional chefs use it for, because they know that it's something they can rely on. Just chuck everything in, press thicken, and go off and do something else. And as I say, things like the kettle function, which I used at the beginning, blend, which I think Kilner used. So all those manual modes are available to you outside of CookieDoo, so you can just use those at any time. And they're also just amazing. Can't even think of the word I was going to use because I'm going to cough. Excuse me.
Anybody got any last questions before we sign off? Any questions for anybody? Unmute yourself.
I can't believe it's 35 and we've just actually more or less finished on time for the first time ever. Normally people come with sleeping bags. I can't see if there's anything in the chat now. No, we've got thank yous.
Cool. And you know, I think you're all probably connected to one of us advisors. So any questions, just feedback to us. Any feedback to us. But
Elizabeth asked, how much is it to buy? Currently it's 1149 for the Thermomix. If you wanted to do with the 50% extra bowl on finance, it's 1233 because the extra bowl is £84. But yeah, 1149. It's definitely going up on the 5th. We don't know what to yet, and it's the first price increase in 2 years. So that's all we know at the moment. Oh, super motivating ladies. That's us, Dawn. Yes, we are. Oh, I'm thinking of all the single ladies, not the super motivating ladies. That doesn't roll off the tongue quite so easily, but you know, happy day. Great demo, brilliant. So I think everybody's got their finished recipes. I think, have we seen all the finished recipes? We have, haven't we?
I've had my neighbour messaging me.
Say again?
My neighbour messaging me saying how delicious the pina colada was. So she sent me about 4 messages.
brilliant.
Perfect. I think that's it. We've all gone quiet now. Everybody's gone quiet. Where's Sarah? How's your prawn cocktail sauce? Can't hear you. You're on mute.
Delicious, delicious.
Have you eaten it all?
No, we're having it tomorrow, actually.
Okay. Perfect.
I'm really sorry, I'm going to have to leave because I now have to switch back to waxing.
How versatile Natalie's
My
job.
client's just arrived.
Not to be recommended. Don't put your leg wax in the Thermomix bowl. Not sure that's.
No, you could heat the wax. You could heat the wax in the Thermomix.
Let's not go there.
No. Okay.
I'm gonna stop recording. Yeah.
I think that's very wise, I think, at that point.
Over and out.